Do-it-yourself clothing is just a bunch of people like me who decided that they didn't want to buy clothes from the mall. They couldn't find what they were looking for in the stores, and so we decided to do it ourselves, whether it's altering from something that already exists or making it from scratch. And it's become kind of a movement, and there's craft fairs now and shows where people sell their items and try to make a living off of it. And there's also a website called Etsy, and it's everything handmade, from furniture to jewelry to clothing, and it's one of the funnest websites I've ever been a part of. And it's very inexpensive to have a little store. I started making my own clothes when I was about 15 because I had no money. I loved fashion magazines, but I couldn't afford it. And like a thrift store opened up in Santee that was kind of like brand new, and I walked to it one day and I was like, wow, $1, $2. I can afford this, and it's cute, but it's a little long. Or this is cute, but it's a little big. So I started experimenting, sewing it and altering it. And my parents let me borrow a sewing machine from my aunt to see if I would use it. And I used it all the time, so they bought me one for my birthday. Yeah. And I got compliments at school all the time. Even though no one else would dress as crazy as me, everyone always liked it. Yeah. I just made my own clothes, and I never thought about selling them until at Rags. You know, when you're buying clothes from other people and watching them sell, I was like, wow, I have an eye for this. And when I would sell my own things and they would sell the same day, I'd be like, wow, I didn't think anyone else would like that. I always thought it was just me. So like, wow, they liked my jacket. They liked that shirt I made. Interesting. So I kind of learned there that my stuff would sell. And then after I had my son, I wanted to work from home. So I experimented selling my designs on eBay, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
How about working from home and being able to...
It's tough. It's wonderful and hard at the same time. I got to be home with my son every single day, but I also had to struggle with taking care of him and getting work done, staying up till 1 in the morning. You know, the quietest time of the day was when he was asleep at night, and I could actually get as much work done as I could. I would just lose out on some sleep. And I really miss the social aspect of work and getting out of the house. And now that he's 6 years old and he's in school, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. But my social life is pretty much the people at the thrift stores, the swap meet, the contacts, people at shows. So those are my little bits of social interaction that I get. But I'm mostly in my pajamas, sitting here sewing all morning, and then it's 4 o'clock and I'm like, oh my God, I have no hair, no makeup. Do I even get dressed? It's almost time for bed again. So that's like the reality of it. Well, the first thing I do is I go to the thrift store and look for clothing and fabric. Whatever I can't find there, I'll go to the fabric store, fill in. I try to come home with a couple big bags of stuff, at least once a week. And then I go through and I wash everything that needs to be washed, iron anything that needs to be ironed, bring it to this table, cut everything, and so then I sit down the next day and try to sew as much of it as I can in a day. And if it takes me 2 or 3, just keep going. And then I organize a photo shoot. We take pictures all night. That's probably the longest day of my whole month, is just the photo shoot, because all the preparation, I'm sewing till the last minute. I'm setting up all the props, all the hair. I have sunglasses, accessories, gloves, you know, everything, tights. And then when that photo shoot's over, I get the photos back in about a day or 2. And then I start listing on the computer, and I have to show the measurements of each item, put the pictures, like after out of 20 pictures, what are the 5 that are the best, you know, sit there on the computer for hours and do it all over again. And then, you know, go to the post office a couple times a week when they sell, and then start all over. I work from home, but I work really hard. It's not all fun and games. When you're passionate about something, you'll work 20-hour days, 16-hour days. You don't care, and that's how it was in the beginning. I'm getting a little used to it now, but I try to remember how passionate I was in the beginning, because I couldn't believe I could make a living doing this.